everyone. Thank you for stopping by as I sit down here. Mary at Espresso Press Design here, and let me adjust my chair here a minute. Again, thanks for stopping by, and I'm leaning back to make sure everything's okay. But today I thought this is another long time project. I wanted to show you how to do these alcohol ink edge shabby flowers. But first I'm going to do a quick little show and tell. Just a card I made recently, and that has to go out, of course. And I have been more mass making, and I've just been making these little flowers, which I love, from very expressive pattern paper and pattern mixing. And it took a while to get the paper was kind of thin. First I tried cereal box because I really wanted them to not be flimsy. That didn't work at all. Then cardstock, and then I realized, I'm using a ton of good paper, and that's not really necessary. So in the end, book pages made the perfect reinforcement bolster. So I've been doing that. And this is probably going to go quick, I hope. But as you can see, I already have a bunch, and this is not even half of them. And I have a bunch of smaller centers left over, because naturally the larger circle takes the most paper. So I'm going to use these up, and I'll just show you how to make every size circle. And then in the end, you just keep them and then embellish as you wish. And what is making these a little different today is the addition of the text. I was going to use book pages today, but I didn't want to. I already took the photos for this, so I didn't want to change mid-course. So what you will need, if you've seen the other Shabby Flowers video, are just objects with descending or ascending size circles, like so. I should have cleaned these off. And some alcohol ink, and I got this gorgeous new set here, which is much less expensive than where you would usually get them, but they're for epoxy, but they're still alcohol ink, so it doesn't matter. And you get all these lovely colors, and it is from Decorum. I'll post a link in the description. It's from I got it from Amazon. But of course, you can just take one of your inks, rub it on. I have the glass mat here on the that you can't see. That's what I'll be using. And actually, what would be more ideal for this is a ceramic plate or white bowl, because I'm sure people who've worked with alcohol, they know this well, but I guess I had to learn it the hard way. Spray your water before you put your drops of ink. And then I have shaping styluses for the end. And I have a little foam board here, which is this. Let me stand up here. This packaging material looks great for shaping. It's part plastic, part sponge, part styrofoam. I don't know what it is, but it's great for shaping. So the first thing is to get these. I put my text. I really wanted brown, but I didn't have a dark brown that I think would continue to show up once the ink is on it. So I kept with black. And I'm using an ink that will not smear. I'm using Stays On. I think the archival would work as well. I'm not an ink expert, so those are. I'm not sure about Memento. Also not a, and also be prepared to get your hands dirty. Oops. Come on. Okay. I'll clean that later. And since I have a bunch that are already pink, I'm going to use here lavender and forget-me-not. And I didn't poke these yet and open them, because when you do, the ink splashes, and I didn't want to start out with inky hands. I'll try to, nope. See that already? Yeah, the other day I looked like I killed someone. Hands were all red, ruby red. And the other thing I do is I do one color at a time, and then I clean up, unless the colors are going to blend nicely. There we go with blue, big glob of blue. Okay, and trick, remember trick. Spray your water first. Let me put my pin away. And this water has always has a little bit of alcohol in it, so I'm using that. And then naturally, as you know, you're going to, I forgot what I was going to say. never mind. I'm going to start with the darker color first. Oh, naturally, as you know, the more water, the lighter it gets. But since the purpose of this is to get more vibrant, I'm going to keep it vibrant. So I'm starting with my largest. And I just want to make sure that you get water the whole way around. And this part depends on what type of paper you use. Copy paper works great because it tears very easily. And there you go. There's your inked edge, already inked. No trying to tear a circle. Which for me is why I did this in the first place, because by the time I try to get a circle, semicircle, I'll end up just throwing my scraps away, which the point of it was to try to use your scraps to make something, but this for me is like 10 times easier. Whoops. And the other ones, oh boy, this needs a little bit more water because it's not picking up enough. The other ones, I forgot what I was saying again. Never mind. It'll come to me, I guess. Oh, the other papers. Like coffee dye paper, for some reason it seems to get more strength with the coffee on it. So yeah, it all depends on the paper, how easy it is going to be. Well, I'm probably gonna just do that many, and then I'm going to move to blue shortly here. I think that size. Let me make sure. I don't need that one, and I probably need that one. So whoops, and it got a bubble. Oh well, that's okay. Yeah, I thought about doing that too. Just ink the paper in a rainbow, and then, but then you won't have your edges, which is what I think makes it pretty, because it gives a lot of contrast and it kills two birds with one stone. After I tear out those little circles to make these flowers, I hated spending the time to ink them. So we have 3. Making sure I'm still in here. I hope so. There you go. And I guess just to use this up, and then I think I want that a little darker. There we go. That's actually turning pink or fuchsia, the more water, and I really wanted that dark. Because I really like the contrast. And these get a little ruffle along the edge. And then it helps to keep your piles of sizes separate. So when you're putting them together, some of them look kind of similar. So then you go digging around for what size you need, and if you don't have it, or you can't find it. Okay. So I hope everyone had a good week. Okay, I'm going to move on to a different color here. And then, so I don't waste this, I was going to do some of these too, but so I don't waste this, I'm just going to use it to mop this up. And then next time, there, rainbow mess. Next time I'll just make some flowers with it. But I really want to get some blue here. So I had a very nice thing happen. I achieved 99% 5-star reviews on Etsy for the first time. I'm sure some sellers do that all the time, but I mean, usually I get 95%. And I don't know if they changed the algorithm or the rating or something. They changed something that you can earn a badge even if you don't make Star Seller. Which again, I still don't think I understand why, but for digital creators, I think they should set the bar a little lower, because unless there's a problem, you're not answering messages, and you're not having much You're not having to reply to messages. So the chances of you reaching star seller based on that category are kind of slim and none, unless you have a month where a lot of people are having a problem downloading your product or something. Oh, and then I did find out apparently you can't download from the Etsy app, which I don't have used the Etsy app, so I didn't know that. I can't remember how I found it out, but I just recently found it out, and when I began to tell customers having a problem downloading that, until that point I, what's the word? Troubleshoot every other thing I could think of. And then when I found that out, 99% of the time that was the issue. And I don't know if I even posted it as far as if you're having a problem. I should. So I don't have a lot of customer interaction. That's, I guess it's neither good nor bad. But if I do, I know that someone is, oh, that's very pretty. That's forget-me-not. That's very pretty. Kind of looks like denim. Faded jeans. I like that. So I'm gonna do a couple big ones, just so I can use up this. And I need to do a couple more medium. Oh, I guess I'm probably just gonna fit one. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if I should even mention this next part, but it was stressful and it was part of my week. For the first time in 20 plus years, my primary job, well, I'm semi-retired. My primary job is design, logo design, and branding strategy. So for the first time in 20 plus years, I lost a client. And I'm still not exactly sure why, but okay, it was, let's see, that's enough. That's medium. I need some more of that size. But there was no, okay, my husband's a web designer. He's also, shoot, I didn't want to do that, but that's okay. He's also was previously a graphic designer. We have enough experience that we have plenty of systems in place to either eliminate people who aren't looking for you, what you do. And we also have plenty of systems in place for collaboration, constructive collaboration. And apparently I had to be a mind reader, and that's impossible. And then apparently I had to take a personality test before this person decided whether they should have hired me or not. So it was confusing. I've never run into anything like this in 20 plus years. And trust me, I've worked with all kinds of companies, sizes, peoples, groups, boards, people, groups, boards, etc. All kinds, from the single person owner to the largest, 20 people making a decision. And I know the experience exists, but it never happened to me in quite this way. So needless to say, actually I'm pretty lucky because I've seen it, and it's designers who do videos and teachers and whatnot have described this phenomena often enough that it's relegated to client horror stories. But experiencing it myself, oh geez, oh well, I'll just wipe that up. Experiencing it myself, I was confused because, here I am trying to do my job, which isn't like this, and it isn't like designing my papers, not at all. It's pretty much like doing a math problem, and it's highly functional, and it serves a concrete purpose. It's not, it's the least personal form of commercial art that there is. Excuse me, I'm taking a drink because I'm losing my voice, of course. So number 2 is you just take your sizes and you line them up. And I'm going to do the shaping here. I usually do 3 or 5. Hopefully I have enough of the tiny. Okay, yeah, there's 5. So anyway, it was, I generally wouldn't say anything, and I'm not really talking out of school because I wish him the best of luck and I wish him the best of success. And did I grab the right one? Yeah. Wish him the best of success. But I saw someone I watch, and she put up something very, very personal. Maybe I grabbed the big one. I don't really want to lose that. So what's going on? Maybe I have my things in two separate. Oh yeah, I did do one large one of that. So I'm going to go with purple. And she said something very, very personal. And as always, the paper community is usually so much more supportive. I mean, I've heard the horror stories there, and some people involved in the multi-level marketing, but generally this community is fabulous. Oh, these are pretty. I really like. I don't usually. Blue is not. It's not that I don't like blue. I like blue a lot, but usually, you know, most things go toward the pink. Purple, I rarely use, but for flowers, it's fine. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to glue that. Usually I shape glue, but I didn't get my glue out yet. So anyway, she shared a very personal, very, very, very personal family story. It was quite sad, really. So normally I wouldn't even speak about this. It's over. I added more things to ensure it doesn't happen again. Contractually, he didn't have a leg to stand on, but rather than create any bad blood in the community, well, he's not really in my community, but we refunded half his money, which if it had ended up at the magistrate, he would have lost, because needless to say, after after a very short time, you learn how to set up a proper design business contractually and everything else, tax-wise, everything else. But there, that's so pretty. That is very pretty. I love these flowers. They're one of my favorite flowers. How much time do I have here? Okay, 20 minutes left. I take it we'll get done, hopefully. But doesn't matter, we don't have to get done. You just have to learn to see the basic technique. And usually I wet these too, because again, depending on the paper, and I did notice coffee dyed paper, when you get to this part, it has a tendency to tear. So usually I have a wet paper towel here, damp. Well, I don't know how to explain it. Not soaking. Not soaking and not lightly damp, but just enough so the paper can pick up a little moisture, so it can, so you can relax the fibers, and then you don't have tearing. But this paper is I don't like it very much. I bought it on Amazon to be faux coffee dyed or whatever. And it's too, it has like a surface on it. It's kind of, it's matte, but it feels glossy. It's just doesn't feel like paper. So I don't like it very much. But it's great for this, and it's great for, it's good enough for junk journals or whatever. But it's not what I was expecting. Because I don't keep stacks and stacks of coffee dyed on hand. And actually I have a little spray bottle of coffee and alcohol for when I need something quickly dyed. So yes, I've been mask making because when I come in here, I want to be able, number one, I want to be able to have a clean space. And number two, I want to be able to feel like I can just sit down and create and have enough things already made for card making. I have tons of things for junk journals and such, as far as embellishments and ephemera, etc. But I really need things for card making. So that's what I'm working on now. And then I hope to finish that little mini journal here shortly, and then that will be a flip through of sorts for the next video, and hopefully I come up with something else. And I think I am probably just going to do these every other week, because as I said, it takes a lot of work. The Etsy community and the crafting community is so wonderful that I really want to spend more time just creating products. And after a certain point, I think, I mean, yes, I understand the benefits of taking the time, like Pam the Paper Outpost or something, that when she does put something up, she has practically 80,000 sales on day one, because that's how many you know, how popular she is. But I think for the most part, it's very hard to keep coming up with something new. And then you are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I skip one? Oh, I need it tiny, tiny. And it seems like I did. Yes, it seems like I did. So I'm just going to leave that 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have 2 sizes that are probably too similar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I either need to, I have to find another shape. So yeah, I think when you're not just learning, you can just look at a photo and pretty much see how someone did something. And so there's like, you know, 2 categories, 3 categories of creators. The ones that are primarily tutorial, the ones who are personality, and the ones who are a slight mix of both. The ones who, you know, the ones who are good to watch are the ones that are all 3, actually. They're very creative. They let you follow along with the process. And when they come up with one of their fabulous creations, they do a tutorial. But generally for me, most of the time when I want to get inspired, I think I've learned enough that I think, yeah, this was a big one, but it got a little, so 1, 2, probably 3 for this. Pinterest is enough to me to follow generally when I want to do something. Although in the evening I do spend time watching people. I just can't spend the time. Can't spend the time for, I think I'm subscribed to probably over 100, or probably, well, maybe 50 to 100 at least. So I need something there that's a little more which one? I need something with more text, and I don't have it. I guess this one. And I think I'm running out of certain sizes, so this might be the last one. As I cut some more, tear some more. And actually, I don't know if I need any more. This is quite a few Shabby Flowers. I'm going to have to find something to put them in, and I hope I'm not getting too quiet here. Hope I'm loud enough. My camera is so up high now that, let's see if I can get one more. Oh, and I did find out the last video. Oh, I should have really re-edited and put it back up. My light here causes a hum. It seems very quiet in here, but actually my light hums. Why, I don't know. It's an overhead. Or it's one of those, long tube lights. My house was built in the 60s, and the basement still has some things from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, one or the other. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Can I get one tiny enough? Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, these are great. No tearing, no inking edges. Book pages work. Book page flowers are great, actually. So yeah, book pages work. I was going to use some Japanese or Chinese, oh, I guess it's Chinese text today, but I didn't want to have to. I was going to do that, or book page, but I didn't want to have to take another photo because I already wrote the blog for this. I just have to do the video. Put these here. Put these here. These are I'm so happy I got the alcohol ink. I've been wanting to do this now for, I don't know, 5, 6 months. But now I've done it, and now you see how easy it is to do too. They look so boho, and actually, yeah, I crumpled the paper the last time because I was hoping the ink would run into the crumbled, distressed areas and make a more distressed look. But you would have to do that with your ink first because it didn't do as I hoped. But you can still achieve the effect. So crumple your paper, go over it with the back side of your ink, making sure it's waterproof too, and then you will have the texture in there as well. And that's really what I was hoping would happen with the crumpled paper, but it didn't. So, thanks everyone for stopping by Thank you for your time. Thank you for being my crying shoulder. And I'll try to come up with something worthwhile for the next time. And thank you for spending your time with me. And everyone have a great day and a great week. See you next time. Bye.